Is this guy implying Jungle Boy carried Adam Cole or something?
This guy implied that Adam Cole is average, Jungle Boy is good, yet they had a good match. You can make of that what you like, sir.
That was very aggressive. I love it. And Jimmy and Marcus remind me of Stoller and Wardall from the Muppets.
Is that the two with the mustache?
No, that's the two old guys in the theater that criticize everything.
Oh, I'm sorry. Everything's great. It's fantastic. It's the best wrestling show I've ever seen.
Also, if something's happening, if anything in life is ever happening, you're going to tell me Brandy Rose is going to run out to immediately get herself involved into anything that's
So Anna Jay for leader? Yes, no?
Excuse me? Excuse me? The fuck?
Just great. So
I agree with everything except one word there. Can we stop being Marcus Cash and reaching for the top shelf? He's great on the mic. He's great on the mic already. Yeah, him and Ric Flair and The Rock are great on the mic already. What are we doing here? Jesus, relax.
Do you not smell what Dante's cooking?
Oh, I didn't even hear what Brian Cage said because I was busy watching Ricky make faces. Who is
like he's JJ from Good Times.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Why does Sid have all these people trolling about Hook? I mean, all these dummies really believe this nonsense.
Trolling? This is the honest to God truth.
Who thought it was going to be the Joker? Tell me who thought it was going to be. Say to the rest of the people up there. Look in the fucking camera say who you thought it was going to be. Go ahead. It's not Hangman. It's not Dragon. Who is it?
I thought it was going to be Bronson Reed.
What? Wait, say that again? Say that again?
I thought it was going to be Bronson Reed as the Joker. Or Buddy Murphy, but I thought it was going to be Bronson Reed.
Buddy Murphy would have been all right, but this dude really said Bronson Reed with a straight face. Cash?
Hangman Page.
You're ridiculous. Jimmy? Hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom SP3. We are live on the True Hill Heat YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter for another edition AEWramble number 13 full-ish gear, and we're going to be reviewing the October 15th 2021 edition of AEW Rampage, as well as the October 16th 2021 edition of AEW Saturday Night Dynamite, both from Miami, Florida. I am back once again with the Dynamite duo themselves. First, he is the hot take machine, Bronson Reed's number one fan, Marcus Cash.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that. I said I thought it was going to be Bronson Reed. I'm not a number one fan. I appreciate the guy.
You sure?
But let's slow a roll quite a bit.
Are you a fan?
He's okay. I like him.
Between you and his mom for number one?
No, not at all. Not even close. Even close.
Pretty close.
I just thought he'd be a surprise. I didn't say I'm buying his t-shirt.
He's only got two fans.
You talk about hot take. That was a hot take right out the gate, Sid.
I mean, you're in the top two, to be fair. I mean, probably his mom didn't even expect him to be the Joker or prefer him over Hangman Page. I'm just saying, but
a top fan like that.
You are a top fan. If you're one of two, you are a top fan.
To be to place a bet, people bet on the Jets also. Like that's a bad take. That's a bad take.
Well, Jets fans, they're in their top. They're one of the top fans because there's only 10 of them left. But we also have the man of 41,000 subscribers. You go to him for your TV and movie reviews. He is Jimmy Macram.
Hello, people. I'll be nice this week, I promise.
You're going to try to be. We'll see how long that lasts.
Okay.
Of course, if you're with us right now, drop us a thumbs up. Share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, smash that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. Share with a friend. And of course, we want to hear from you. This is an interactive show, AEWramble. That's why we do it live. So leave your thoughts on each episode of Rampage and Dynamite in the live chat. We got Frantic World, the Cal Ripken, the Undertaker of the streams. He's always here with us. We got the Negro Buck, Nick Jackson, saying good morning, guys. Sup, True Hill Heat Squad. EVB, who's always one of our favorites, or sometimes Jimmy's least favorite, in the live chat, saying hello, lads. Looking forward to Miro versus God. God messed up. He done messed up. Yes, he did. He had some explaining to do, like we had the title a couple of weeks ago. And of course, if you want your comment highlighted, your hot take, your opinion on screen with us, super chat donations are always appreciated. $1 or more, we will highlight your comment and put it on screen. Okay, $5 or more. Cash will give his opinion for the $5 and more donations. Me and Jimmy will do our best for $2 or more.
My opinion is free, but it's worth the $5.
That's a pretty good line. Put it on a t-shirt.
That's the Marcus Cash t-shirt, the hot take machine. But yes, we're going to be talking about AEW Rampage and AEW Dynamite back-to-back nights. We'll start off with Friday night, AEW Rampage from Miami, Florida. AEW back in Miami since Road Rager in July, where Malachi Black debuted. We'll talk about Malachi Black's appearance on Saturday Night Dynamite in a bit, but we got to start off things because AEW went head-to-head with WWE. It was the Friday Night War of WWE versus AEW because SmackDown decided to do SmackDown Supersize on FS1 with a extra half an hour that went head-to-head with Rampage. So Tony Khan, Jimmy Macram's least favorite person in the world, said, I'm going to put my manhood, my dick on the table, and I'm going to go head-to-head with SmackDown at 9 p.m. And he did a buy-in on YouTube, and we kicked things off with Ty Conti going one-on-one with Santana Garrett. It was actually one of the matches that actually drew a better 18-49 demo number than AEW during the Wednesday Night Wars with NXT. So ironic that we start things off here. And because we have a lot of Latinos, a lot of Marcus Cash's people in Miami, it was a good move to start off with the Brazilian own Tay Conti. These two ladies, Ty Conti worked well in this one, and Santana Garrett, she's a really good hand. This is her first appearance in AEW. Ty got the win with the DD Ty to get the victory in under 5 minutes. They hit and they kicked each other very, very hard. So it was a decent way to kick off the show, and the fans responded to Conti. What did you guys think about this buy-in opener? Cash?
Can you put up that screen grab again one more time? You notice how Anna Jay is looking at Tay Conti's ass?
Yes, I do.
That's all I noticed too. I couldn't even tell you what was happening. Tay Conti is delicious. Forgot she was wrestling. Santana? What? Who? Huh? What? Yeah. My 18-49 demo was
Jesus Christ. Anna Jay is not a babyface. I'm sorry for all you fans. She's not. I don't know. She's like she's like, I don't know. She's just she bothers me like a lot.
Wow.
More than it should. Like I see it and I go, ugh, I loved you every month ago, and now you're just there.
She bothers me in all the right ways.
I'm not sure you know what? I think AEW's kind of trained us to fucking tune in at the beginning of anything after Omega and fucking Dragon. So I was already there watching at fucking 9 o'clock. I did not miss. By the way, I'm here for the Friday Night Wars. Or any wars between these two. Roman go.
As someone that got paid to watch both shows, it was much better on SmackDown's part, and Rampage we'll get to had one of my favorite matches of the year. Even me and Jimmy, we don't usually talk until probably the day of we're supposed to record things. Me and Jimmy were talking during this show because of the match that we'll get to. But Humble brag, yes, I do.
And I must say, I haven't watched SmackDown since when did Bailey fight former Goat Banks after the Hell in a Cell match?
2020, the end of like 2020.
The first time I watched SmackDown, even a little bit of SmackDown. Here for it. Let's go.
That's fair. That is fair, though. That is fair. Next, after the Conti and Santana Garrett match, we had a video package hyping up the main event of Rampage, Dan Lambert and American Top Team, and the Men of the Year versus the Inner Circle. And this includes like the whole feud between the two sides. We get a bunch of talking heads as well as Excalibur talking about things, talking about Dan Lambert getting away with everything he's saying because he has MMA fighters behind him. As a result, we hear about the careers of Junior Dos Santos, Paige Van Zandt, and Jorge Masvidal, who's also here to say they're going to destroy the Inner Circle tonight, and they're ready to prove their dominance again. What did you guys think about this video package?
I know it's fine.
Cash?
I'm sorry, sir. Anna Jay, she's good looking, and she was a fantastic heel. There's a reason she didn't make it as a babyface, and you're seeing it again.
Yeah, that's Nick Jackson saying "piss off" with this Anna Jay slander. Frantic World saying the women's match was good.
I'm sure it was.
Nick. Yeah, Cash wouldn't know. EVB saying, "Hey man, hey Frantic," saying hi to everyone in the chat here for the start of the show. Hopefully we get
pay attention.
You're regular time instead of CP time. Good job.
Exactly. Everybody's here. Remember to drop a thumbs up on the video, share it with your friends. We'll have more people coming on in as we go through the review. Any super chat donations are always appreciated, but Cash, any thoughts on the video package for the trios main event on Rampage?
No, not at all. I fast forward the shit out of that.
Fair enough.
I saw they were talking. I saw Inner Circle and anything. I saw Excalibur having a close up, and he was talking like, nope, no to all of this.
Next up, we had Lee Moriarty going one-on-one with Bobby Fish. This was a hard-hitting technical wrestling type of matchup. Lee Moriarty, I'm always impressed with Lee Moriarty. I've had a chance to interview him, and I told him he's one of the most sought-after independent wrestlers in the world, and now he's in AEW. I'm very happy to see that, and yes, it was made official after this match. We got the graphic. He is now officially All Elite. He signed a full-time deal with the company. Bobby Fish had a good performance here. He's always been a solid hand. He had a wicked exploder suplex with Lee Moriarty dropping him on his neck and his legs hitting the ropes, and then he hit a buzzsaw kick to the head to get the victory in just under 8 minutes. I thought that this worked very well. This started off so I thought that the crowd wasn't mic'd very well at the beginning of this show between the opener here and this match, but as this match got along, we got dual chants between the two, so they got the crowd involved. Lee Moriarty once again showing off his skills, and I want Lee on AEW Dynamite because he will get over. He got over with these fans. He'll get over on Dynamite if they give him an opportunity. What did you think, Jimmy?
I thought the match was fine. I thought the commentary was more interesting as they continued to fucking tell me that Lee Moriarty is really the truth. This felt like a showcase for him more than Bobby Fish. Not mad at it, I'm just saying. And we're gonna put Lee Moriarty on the big show. He's got to join the new House of Black people, which is Dante and Malachi.
Well, what's the rest of your idea for the House of Black?
What do you mean? We just get all the black people together in one group.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Led by fucking Malachi Black.
There you go, Bob Malachi Black.
You're not part of our group. You ain't black.
Oh my God, you're ridiculous. Cash, what did you think about Moriarty versus Fish? Cash.
It was okay. I had nothing to write home about, I would say, but I really appreciate AEW fleshing out their European title division. Good stuff. Bobby Fish, like I said, circumstance of bad timing. Bobby Fish, he's gonna go nowhere fast, but he's gonna have fun there. Lee Moriarty, I've never not enjoyed him, but I wouldn't, he's not a highlight to me. He's like, okay, decent. Your comment about putting him on Dynamite, where? There's so many people that's on the show and people that need to be on the show.
Give me a match with him and Punk, him and Bryan Danielson, he will get over. That's all he needs. He just needs an opportunity to get over against one of those guys.
No, he's behind Red Death.
We've never referred to him as a real name ever.
Exactly.
Is a name?
You're ridiculous. You're ridiculous. You chose Bronson Reed over Hangman Page. I'm never going to your opinion again.
To be fair, I pick everybody over Hangman Page.
Yeah,
and
seated belief that it can't be the same guy as the Joker twice.
And yes, and this is why I don't always agree with you. There you go, Hangman. I know. Then we got a video package on Bryan Danielson, hyping him up and his run so far in AEW. And tonight he has his toughest test, Minoru Suzuki. This gave it a big match feel. Both men came out. The crowd were into, of course, Minoru Suzuki, Kazna ni Nare, that the great song that the fans sing, and they got a chance to sing it. No Suzuki incident on the night. Bryan Danielson came out. Once the bell rings, it had the same similar energy that we got in Omega and Danielson. We got the crowd, because it is a Latino-based crowd, chanting C instead of yes, because WWE says that's their intellectual property, so they went with C instead of yes. We got like an amateur wrestling display between the two guys. Danielson went for a dragon screw leg whip, but Minoru Suzuki blocked it and rolled through on it. We then got a couple of strike exchanges by Suzuki, because Suzuki is a sadist. That's basically his character. So he likes the pain and he absorbs it, and then he uses what the strikes that you gave him. He powers it up. He combines it with his strike, and that knocks you the fuck out. And Bryan Danielson learned this the hard way in my favorite spot, maybe of the year. Bryan said, "I'll take the strike," and Minoru Suzuki round up, knocked him the fuck out, and Danielson sold it like death. Oh my God, what a strike! Bryan Danielson takes it to the mat again. He goes for the cattle mutilation, but Suzuki goes to the ropes. He then gets him in the ropes with an armbar with standing upside down. We get Danielson with some exchange with some strikes that Suzuki just absorbs. He gets him into another armbar, but Danielson gets to the ropes. We get this was just basically a strike exchange type of match with some technical wrestling wrapped into it. We get a Fujiana armbar by Suzuki, but Danielson gets to the ropes. We get a label lock, but Suzuki gets to the ropes. They then do another strike exchange where Suzuki just absorbs all the kicks to the chest and then knocks him back. Danielson gets hyped up as his chest is now bright red. He says, come the fuck on, Miami. The crowd is into this. Amazing. The energy was ridiculous. It just got you hyped up. The best spots were Suzuki on his ass, sitting on the mat and inviting Danielson to kick him in the chest. He gets kicked. He just raises up, says, "Kick me again," raises up, kicks me again. Danielson then does the same thing. This just created so much energy in the crowd. And then the strikes went back and forth. Then they went running to the ropes, looking for a lariat. One miss, the other miss. And then Danielson catches him with the Buzaki knee for the victory. It was the knockout blow that he needed in just under 20 minutes. My God, this was exactly what I wanted. This was hard hitting. This was one of the stiffest matches that I've seen all year. This is Bryan Danielson in his bag. This is exactly the Bryan Danielson that myself, Jimmy, and Marcus Cash used to go to Hammerstein Ballroom on a Saturday every couple of months and see in his glory. And this was Minoru Suzuki finally being Minoru Suzuki with enough time in AEW, the sadist murder grandpa versus the American Dragon. This was great. I love this. I don't usually do star ratings on the show, but I gave this 4.5 stars. This was one of my favorite matches of the year. Jimmy, what did you think?
I echo those sentiments exactly, except I think it's time for us to start discussing, well, not now, I mean in general, discussing where Bryan is all time. I was watching this match and I just thought, is this the greatest motherfucker I've ever seen? I mean, this Flair and Shawn Michaels obviously would be the first two I go off the top of my fucking head. After that, I think Bryan's in discussion with anybody else. John Moxley's a good wrestler, and his matches with Suzuki, this was so much better than that. You cannot. I refuse to believe Daniel Bryan is fucking 3 stars better than John Moxley. just by himself. That seems impossible to me, but it may just be. He's amazing. And the fact that they were so stiff with one another, when I don't know if Moxley was just unwilling to take those shots or Suzuki didn't want to hurt him or whatever, but these two motherfuckers were ready to pop Bryan. He was bleeding right away. Oh, Jesus. And then he was so fast at the end. Suzuki was?
Yes.
Where you been? He's an old car and he's time to warm up. So 20 minutes. Now we're warmed up. Now we can get going. I really like the fucking match. I like 4 stars, something like that. For a YouTube match, shocking.
Absolutely. Cash?
I also really enjoyed this match, and it similarly made me hate that Moxley match even more.
That's not what I said.
It's like, I'm watching this match like this. Where was this if Moxley stinks?
Oh, would you stop? Will you stop?
No offense to Moxley, like individually, but that match was just the shits. And especially the backstage beatdown before the match. The shits. Well, I was watching. I was like, I murder Grandpa. I'm here. This is the match I got excited about when I first saw this wild-looking old mess come out the first time ever. I was like, I wanted this match. And Bryan Danielson being a psychopath, and like I loved it. My favorite spot is they both did this thing where they kind of like hulked up a little bit, like they sat up Undertaker style. And was like, yeah, assault me.
The kicks, yeah.
Like that was my favorite part of the whole thing. Aside from Suzuki tidying up the ref.
Oh my god, that's what he does. That was amazing.
I popped so hard for that pause, but that was great.
Absolutely, we're all in agreement. This was tremendous. This was just beautiful professional wrestling at its best. Beautiful violence, really. It wasn't even professional wrestling a lot of times. It was just two guys going out there, and the whole story was who is tougher, who can absorb more punishment to get the victory. And it shows that something simple. And I think someone did a tally. I think it was a Cheeseburger from ROH. These guys did about one bump in the whole fucking match. They did one bump like that. That's it. It was wrestling on the ground. It was hard strikes, but they only did about one bump. This was minimal. This was kind of minimal amount of wrestling, but it just did selling, facial expressions, and hard hitting strikes, and they did it at the best way possible. And that's why everybody is raving about this match. Probably the best match I've seen live on YouTube ever, arguably.
I mean, I don't think that's that hard.
Yeah. We got Nick Jackson.
Actual wrestler versus bum from down the street. That's what YouTube usually is.
Nick Jackson asking, who do you guys think Suzuki is going to face when he goes to Impact? To be fair, the two gentlemen on my other side don't really watch Impact Wrestling, but I am looking forward to Minoru Suzuki versus Josh Alexander. He's the type of guy that I think can mix it up in that type of way with Minoru Suzuki. So, if
a tree falls in the woods,
unless he's facing Don Callis, I have no interest in it.
Nobody's gonna know. These 4 people are gonna know that match. Like, does it matter? Does it matter?
And we end the buy-in with a video package of CM Punk's time in AEW, talking about his it factor, talking about his matchup with Matt Sydal, and we got the first of many references to Ring of Honor on this weekend from AEW. Yes, it makes me believe a forbidden door is being opened because we got some footage. We got some footage of Matt Sydal and CM Punk from their first match in 2005, and that went into the main show for AEW Rampage with CM Punk versus Matt Sydal. And the fact that, you know, the crowd was still recovering from Danielson and Suzuki, but CM Punk is just so loved by these fans that they got up a little bit for it, even at the start with the fans chanting ice cream bars during a couple of like arm controlled segments. We get Punk throws Matt Sydal into the ropes by the hair to get out of a arm bar, and Sydal isn't pleased, so we get more aggression from the two guys. A kick to the face rocks Punk, and we hit he does like a chin lock with Sydal trapping the arms into a cradle for a nice 2 count there. The two guys tries. Matt Sydal goes to the outside with a couple of dives to the floor. Then we get back into the ring. Punk hits a Pepsi twist. Matt Sydal gets out of the Anaconda Vice. Then we get a big kick to the head, and it sets up the lighting spiral for Matt Sydal for a 2 count. They both get near falls and kickouts. Sydal tries for a crucifix, but Punk reverses it, counters into the go to sleep for the victory in just under 15 minutes. I thought that this was a hell of a TV matchup. They got the crowd really invested towards the end of this matchup, and CM Punk, he's been in his bag over the last two weeks with the Daniel Garcia match, and then this one. This was probably my favorite Matt Sydal match in AEW so far. What did you think, Cash?
First off, welcome back, CM Trunks.
I love that this is an ongoing storyline, ladies and gentlemen. He's going from Long Boys to CM Trunks every other match.
Yeah, let's stop doing that and let's just be CM Trunks. It's significantly better because the other ones are not good. This is my favorite match for Matt Sydal, the person. Like Evan Bourne, Matt Sydal, whatever company, I don't care. This is my favorite match for him as the guy. Yeah, CM Punk. We talked about ring rust and being away and getting back in your groove. Like CM Punk is getting better and better, is getting more acclimated. Like I didn't expect anything from this match at all, and I was thoroughly entertained.
You don't like Matt Sydal.
To be fair,
you don't appreciate the fact that you can work a good match. So, of course, you're surprised.
Yeah, because I had to see one.
This is not true.
Oh my God, you're being ridiculous. He's had a good match with Kenny Omega. He's had a good match with Christian Cage. Like
no, I like some Evan Bourne stuff. Matt Sydal, whatever. But for him as the man, it's the best match I've ever seen him do anything in. But yeah, CM Punk, the only important story here. He looked really good, and he was doing his thing. I particularly love that finish. That was a clean-ass finish.
What?
Like, you never care about a crucifix pin, but he transitioned that into a GTS. Smooth. I loved it.
What did you think, Jimmy?
I would agree with almost everything you said until the fucking Cash stuff. But I must say, I've reached the point of fucking diminishing returns to CM Punk. I'm now next match. I'm officially over it. We need something to happen. I get where you have to work yourself back into shape with this. You young guys want to get wrestling. I'm with you. Okay, whatever you like. Happy Punk, do your fucking thing. I'm with you. See,
we're gonna hear from CM Punk next.
I'm tired of hearing from CM Punk. I'm tired of CM Punk versus this guy. You know what it is? I'll tell you what it is. Ready? There's that, which I feel dumb about because I was like, well, we're gonna hear from every week he's not wrestling. And I went, they're not gonna do that. Shut up. They did that with Sting. They're not doing that again. They did it again. He just every time he's not wrestling, he spits something out of his face. Or his commentary, if you don't mind.
I love his commentary.
I do. Of course, he's fucking. He had to get his back there, but that took much shorter.
And we'll get to Saturday Night Dynamite where I thought he was tremendous. He was fucking tremendous.
But the reason I couldn't get all the way into this match is because I think we all agree the finish was never in doubt. At least with a young guy, you think maybe Punk will put him up. Nobody thinks he's putting over Matt Sydal. So enough of that. We're either fighting top guys or we're fighting young guys. I'm never Matt Sydal in that ilk ever again. CM Punk versus Dustin Rhodes. Not interested.
We'll get into that later.
I knew that was coming. Yes, we got a show of respect between the two men after the match, but yes, a really strong TV match to kick off the main show for Rampage. We hear from the Dark Order backstage. They're back together and they're ready for Adam Cole and the Young Bucks. Yes, Johnny Hungy. Next we get Bunny versus Ruby Soho. This was a just over 10 minutes. I thought that the Bunny was really impressive here. I thought that she's showing off her wrestling skills once again. She hit a nice downward spiral at one point. Soho came back. She unloaded with chops in the corner, pulls her face first into the middle buckle, and Bunny though gets the advantage and then goes for down the rabbit hole, but Ruby reverses it into a backslide to get the victory. I thought that this was very solid action from the two ladies. Ruby Soho getting back on the winning ways is what she needed. And then in the post-match, we get Penelope Ford attacking Ruby Soho from behind and laying her out with a brass knuckle shot to help out the Bunny. And we get the start of a new feud in the women's division between Penelope Ford and Ruby Soho here. What did you guys think about this match here, Cash?
Maximizing your minutes. This was not going to get a lot of time, and they made everything work.
To be fair, this match was longer than every first round matchup in the Queen's Crown tournament. Combined.
Oh, Jesus.
First off, yes. From what I saw the breakdown.
No, I'm pretty sure that the Queen's Crown tournament in total, with the semifinal match that we got on SmackDown, this match was longer than all of those 5 different matches combined.
Yeah, I can do it.
To be fair, looking at that bracket for that Queen's Crown tournament in the first place, rightfully so. A lot of those matches look good though. Yeah, no, like I said, maximizing your minutes. Ruby, I guess she had to get back into her rhythm. She's looking good, so I like that. The Bunny, we're always here for the Bunny. Like she, not a rocket ship, but what's smaller than a rocket ship? A jetpack? Drop a jetpack to her back, and let her just go. She needs way more TV time, and more matches to get better at it because she's not Bryan Danielson, but she's serviceable and she's getting better at it, and I appreciate that. And then a Penelope Ford storyline, and she's still along with the Bunny. We didn't just throw that away randomly. This is continuing to be a thing. My 18 to 48 demo is very happy. So
I guess that's his new reference to his manhood, yes. Ladies and gentlemen. Jimmy.
I don't know if you're done. You want a minute?
It's a lot stronger.
I like the Bunny, and I'm always here for the Bunny. Not quite the way you're here for the Bunny, but I do enjoy the Bunny. She feels very much like the, I'd say Christian of 2004. I can't think of a current reference. Dolph Ziggler, whatever of the women's division. Oh. She's never going to be the top guy.
Jobber to the stars.
There you go.
Yes, pretty much.
You keep whatever you prefer. And to me, she was the star of this match. She's got personality. Personality goes a long way. And to me, this is Ruby Soho's second best match in AEW. That is, I can't see the flags. I can't comment. However, I am sick of the fucking Bunny Penelope Ford angle. Not them together. I like them together. But how many times would it run the same fucking angle? Bunny loses to somebody. Penelope Ford comes out and punches him in the face. I've seen this at least twice before.
And I think Sean Ross Sapp actually put that on Twitter that the formula is beat Bunny, beat Penelope Ford, beat them both, rinse and repeat.
Like, enough.
But I do love the reference. Bunny's here to show the world.
There you go. EVB talking about the Punk Matt Sydal match, the striking. No, I think this is Danielson and Suzuki. The striking style of the match is really a great format for first time matches with no story going in. The exchanges and power ups always work well in this situation. And then on the Punk match, saying Punk is getting quicker and quicker with every match. Sydal was a great opponent here. Just wish he switch up the format and content of his in ring promos. Have a back and forth with someone talking. I think he's talking about CM Punk there, which I agree with. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. We got Nick Jackson saying really good opener in this match. Punk is really starting to find his footing and look more comfortable. Best Matt Sydal has looked since he got to AEW, in my opinion. Frantic World answering the earlier question, saying I would like to see Sami Callihan versus Suzuki, but maybe we can get that match next year, as Sami Callihan is actually out injured right now. We get EBB saying I think Omega and Sydal at the start of the year is his best in AEW. And then talking about the trunks, since Marcus Cash is so passionate about it, Nick Jackson says, I'm a fan of both CM Trunks and the Long Boys. I like a little variety. I do too. That's why I said I enjoy the whole back and forth, switching it back and forth.
Listen, we all like variety, but if you came home to Penelope Ford and then you came home to insert ugly chick here, you would be like, well, I like a little variety. No.
The Long Boys ain't ugly. It ain't the ugly chick. Relax.
The Long Boys are Abaddon. And
will you stop? She's actually looks good without the makeup. EBB saying, I think I prefer the Long Boys, but enjoy him switching back and forth too. And then Tony says, CM Punk said he came back to put over talent. Bryan said he's here to wrestle and kick some heads in totally different. So
I don't give a fuck what you're here for. I'm telling you what I'm here for, sir. I know you're not talking to me, but in general.
It's fair. Nick Jackson says, good women's match. Bunny's really solid in the ring, and she's awesome when it comes to selling and with her facial expressions. And Frantic World says Ruby Soho is the best, but the Bunny was really good in this match.
The best is
she would have been the best in this match.
Best is yet to come. We end off things on Rampage. We get the split screen interview beforehand with Mark Henry interviewing Dan Lambert and the Americans. Interviewing Dan Lambert, Men of the Year and American Top Team, and they're ready to destroy the Inner Circle. The Inner Circle isn't scared though, and promised that Junior Del Santo's grandmother can make him a cake. I don't know what that meant, but that's what he said. But the trios matchup, it was Men of the Year, Ethan Page, Scorpio Sky, and Junior Dos Santos, former UFC heavyweight champion, versus the Inner Circle, TNT champion Sammy Guevara, Le Champion, Chris Jericho, and Jake Hager. This match really focused on Junior Dos Santos, who was making his in-ring debut. This was a mixed bag, to say the least. At times, it didn't look good, especially when he was in there with Chris Jericho, and Chris Jericho was trying to convince us he can go hand to hand with a former fucking UFC heavyweight champion. But when he was in there with Jake Hager, it actually felt like it was a spectacle, and it was like a big time showdown with two guys who are familiar with MMA, although those work punches did not look good. Did not look good at all, but his knee strikes and stuff like that did look good, and he is an intimidating force in the ring, just look-wise and size-wise with his presence. Sammy Guevara was an absolute star once again, though, getting the hot tag. He hits the double springboard cutter on Sky. He hits a Spanish fly on Ethan Page, a running shooting star plus on Sky for a 2 count. Then he tags in Jericho. It's a melee as Paige Van Zandt comes out of the crowd and distracts the referee. This allows Jorge Masvidal to hit the running knee strike once again on Chris Jericho, and Scorpio Sky becomes the second man in AEW to get 2 pinfall victories over Chris Jericho to give Men of the Year and American Top Team the victory here. I thought that this was a pretty good brawl. A lot of it was fun in this kind of like spectacle type of way with the MMA guys being involved. Jake Hager with the big rock bottom through the table was a nice spot as well. And I thought that this was a good way to advance the rivalry. After the match, American Top Team jumped the Inner Circle, and then from the back, Santana and Ortiz made the save. So now the Inner Circle is reunited against this American Top Team threat. What did you think about all of this, Marcus Cash?
I want to give Romeo a little bit of time to find this picture and put up in the background. But do you remember Stone Cold when he was in the Royal Rumble and he was like whipping ass so quickly that he was just like throwing him out that he had time to sit on the top turnbuckle and look at his wrist? That's how I felt about a lot of this match. I'm just fucking looking at my wrist.
Jesus.
Is it over yet? Is it over yet? How about now? I'm so tired of everything Inner Circle, period. Like, it's go away heat for me for the Inner Circle as a group. Love Santana. I like Sammy. But the group, you let them go away. However, positives, because we're about positivity.
Clearly.
You guys are buckets loads of positivity every week.
That rock bottom through a table, probably my favorite spot during the match. I love that. Shouts out to Junior Dos Santos taking a table spot. His Oklahoma Slam that he pulled off on, was it Jericho? The little power
Yeah.
slam that he did?
Yeah.
Looked pretty solid for somebody that doesn't really know what the fuck they're doing. So great. But this is really about the end, right? Like Sammy came in House of Fire and he looks fantastic and he was whipping everybody's ass and he looked like somebody that, you know, should have won the TNT title 4 months from now. You know, so
He won't let this go.
He won't let this go. He will not let this go,
he
ladies.
looked really good. He looked like an up and comer in 4 months. So you know, it was fun toward the end. Scorpio Sky being the one to get the second pinfall over. Okay. I think the only person who should be getting pushed right now in that whole clique is Ethan Page, but whatever. Maybe they're gonna give a ninth opportunity to Scorpio Sky.
You know what?
Jimmy.
It's all take. Goddamn.
He never misses. He never misses, ladies and
He was
gentlemen.
like, is he paying attention? Is he?
I'm giving him some time to find this, and then you just
Exactly. Now you're like, oh, please hurry up.
I
Please.
gave him time. I was like elongating it so he'd have time to find
Lord
it. I'm
knows
sure
you-
he does that pick.
Oh, we know you elongate. Yes, indeed. We know that.
Do it.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
Ironically, I feel like a toned down version of what Cash said. That's how I feel about this match. First of all, the crowd was so hot. I thoroughly enjoyed it. You talking about Sammy's up and coming 4 months. Sammy's the most over person in this match. And it's not that close. It's not even that close. Matter of fact, we need to do a fucking get Sammy away from the inner circle spot. Maybe Jericho kicks him out because he's jealous. I'm about to say, what the fuck happened? First of all, dummy Kevin Dunn, whoever that Kevin Dunn is, missed whatever the spot was that made the crowd lose their fucking mind after the table spot.
Yeah.
Before the table spot, right?
Before the table spot, yeah.
It was like,
That's what Dummy Dunn does.
that's, you know what?
Dummy
Back
done.
there. We've seen him back there. But yeah, outside of Sammy and Paige, nobody else in this match feels like a star to me. And it's kind of sad. I cannot look at her.
She's a star.
She's a star.
She's a star. Absolutely.
The UFC thing didn't work out, and the fucking bare knuckle fighting is not working out. Lady,
Come on over.
let's do some fake fighting.
Come on over, Vincent.
Oh God.
And to be fair, I was over it when they did Jericho versus Dos Santos. Like Jericho can't beat a fucking welterweight UFC champion. He's fighting a heavyweight UFC. Not
Can I add a quick point about Paige? I love her for this, but she's got to work on not looking like she's gonna crack up with everything she's doing. Like she wants to laugh so bad.
I'm going to respectfully disagree with you, sir.
Send for the man. Send for the man. She's corpsing.
I'm going to disagree with you because she's.
This is her when Jericho was roasting her, which we'll talk about later.
Oh my god.
She's got to work on that.
I'm going to respectfully disagree with you, sir, because I like that if that can be built into her character. Like she feels so confident that she can whip everybody's ass, men included, that everything is amusing to her.
Oh my god, she's gonna be fucking what Ronda Rousey thought she was before she got her face kicked.
Hey, Ronda Rousey was that. She was that in wrestling, to be fair.
Man, welterweight. Here, take this boot to the face, stupid.
To be fair.
All
right.
Boo.
So let's wrap up Rampage. Thumbs in the middle, thumbs up or thumbs down. Absolutely. Yeah, I mentioned them. I mentioned Santana and Ortiz coming out.
Yeah, you know what?
Absolutely. I was happy the inner circle back together for one more try. And yes, we should mention this, that Junior Del Santos actually commented on Roman Reigns' comments that we talked about on True Hill Heat 147, with Roman Reigns saying that he will take all the little brothers on the AEW roster and throw them out the club. And Junior Del Santos said, "Hey, Roman Reigns, I heard your interview. Please send the address of this club. You will throw me and my little brothers out of AEW."
Stop it. Now you're a bully.
He don't want that. He don't want that smoke. He don't want that.
Nobody wants that smoke. You're a heavyweight champion, former heavyweight champion UFC. You're big on a fucking. He had cancer. What's the matter with you? You fucking psychopath.
Hey, he would have been in the NFL. He said.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Jericho was able to
Absolutely
with him a little bit.
Hey man, you can't be Chris Jericho. We're real to fuck that ass up.
Romeo.
Did you guys not like how it took what felt like 5 minutes for Santana and Ortiz to run down?
What to say? Why don't you?
I mean, they always do this in AEW. I'm kind of numb to it. It always takes them a while to come out and make the save, regardless of who it is.
To be fair, Santana always has to carry Ortiz, so it might take him a little bit longer.
Will you stop? Will you stop? Thumbs in the middle, please.
I enjoy the character. Come on.
Thumbs up or thumbs down for AEW Rampage on October 15th. Huh? Yeah, including the buy-in. In 3, 2, 1. All 3 thumbs up. I think it's unanimous on match of the night, right? Yes. Danielson versus Suzuki. Okay.
Quite frankly.
MVP, I'm gonna go with Suzuki. Not Danielson. I love Danielson, but I feel like Suzuki impressed the most because for anyone who just watches AEW, you may have had a different opinion about Suzuki because of the shortened match with Moxley. The lights out match really didn't put a focus on him either, the tag team matchup, but this one showed Suzuki in all his glory. So I'm going to give Suzuki MVP. Jimmy?
You know what? I think you've kind of sold me on this. Because the dude felt like, not that Dragon was carried for any of you nuts lose your mind in the chat, but Dragon kind of followed his lead. What are we going to do out there? Great. This is what we'll do. So yeah, we'll go Suzuki.
Cash?
That whole breakdown that you just gave, that you're talking about me. You're talking about me. Murder Grandpa is the MVP because I finally got what I give me what I want. I finally got what I wanted.
There you go. LVP, I am going to go with this is tough, but yeah, I'm gonna go with the Inner Circle overall. Yes, I'll probably go with the Inner Circle. Yeah, you know, like Romeo tried to come in to make a point. It took too long for Santana Ortiz to make the save, and I love them. Sammy looked like a star, but overall, it's the overall arching Inner Circle, and the Inner Circle with American Top Team storyline. It's not hitting too well for me. So, Jimmy, who's your LVP?
Chris Jericho. You talking about the Inner Circle? I thought everybody else was fine. Everybody else did what they were supposed to do. Chris Jericho.
I mean, Nick Jackson says, "Whoa, what the hell, Cash? Santana carries Ortiz. Fuck out of here." I mean, you will hear a lot of those takes from Marcus Cash.
You do not have Santana is a star, sir. Ortiz, when they break up, not if they break up, but when they break up, Ortiz is going to be hanging out with Bobby Fish and Lee Morality.
Morality. Cash, who's your LVP?
Jericho, and by extension to Jericho Hurts. And I'd go away. Just go away. Not Santana, not Sammy, but go away.
We got EBB saying, "Look how invested Cash is in Paige Van Sant already." He also says, "Nick Jackson, this has to be leading to a Masvidal at least getting involved in a tag match, right?" I would think so. Freddie P saying, "Haven't seen I think he's Orange Cassidy match in a few months. How did he defeat Powerhouse Hobbs last night?"
Up to that yet.
I mean, yeah. You're spoiling stuff. And Orange Cassidy was just on Rampage. We was just on Rampage 2 weeks ago, by the way. Just saying. We got a couple of people not very happy with your take on Santana carrying Ortiz. Mid takes going around.
We also cancel mid. I hate that. It doesn't get a pop. It just stinks.
Frantic World saying, "I think Paige Van Sant would be better at wrestling than Ronda Rousey." Blasphemy there.
Yeah, she probably better at charisma stuff, but everything else,
blasphemous.
And everybody commenting, like, I understand some Ortiz appreciation, but if you don't realize Santana is the star and by far, I don't know what to tell you.
There's a difference between being the star and carrying someone. I think that's the point you're missing.
When you're here and this guy's clearly not, you're carrying him to whatever level you can.
Unless you guys meet at the middle, and they are.
Exactly, and that's what they do.
He's being dragged down. That's why it took Santana so long.
They do that very well. But we have to move on to AEW Saturday Night Dynamite, and our poll says the in-chat poll gives a 8 through 9 out of 10 for AEW Rampage. I agree. I thought it was an 8 out of 10. I thought it was an 8 out of 10 show with the buy-in. Suzuki and Danielson. You
What
know,
about the opening match? What about the opening match?
rising tide lifts all ships. Rising tide
Clearly.
lifts all ships. We got to go to
argument.
AEW Saturday Night Dynamite kicked off with Malachi Black. Well, first of all, it kicked off with CM Punk coming out for commentary, so we know we were going to get some quality commentary on this show.
We were going to hear from CM Punk.
As we always do. Malachi Black went one-on-one with Dante Martin in the opener. Dante Martin with Leo Rush in his corner. I thought that this match started off slow, but it got really good towards like the middle and the end, with both guys trading off hard strikes and some big spots back and forth. Malachi Black hitting like a kick to the head and then a German suplex with the bridge for a 2 count. That's broken up, but he worked over the knee of Dante Martin, which I thought was nice strategy, because we always talk about the agility of Dante Martin. And my God, Dante Martin impressed the hell out of me with his selling of the knee. At one point, he does like the double jump moonsault and he misses. He lands on his knee and made you really believe he really hurt himself. Then at the end, he does a springboard on one leg, despite Leo Rush telling him not to go to the top rope because of his leg. And Leo Rush with the ultimate meme face after that, when Malachi Black catches Dante Martin with the black mass for the victory. This one really pulled me in, like I said, towards the middle. These guys like just vibed very well with each other. They had great chemistry. It was one big spot after another. I didn't buy Martin winning, but he really sucked me in and got me to believe that he could get the victory. So this was a very good opener to the show. And Malachi Black with the nod of approval, the first time he's really showed respect to one of his opponents. And I felt like this was Malachi Black's best match since coming to AEW. What did you think about this one, Cash?
If he had caught him right when he first came in and he's messing around with the Nightmare Family, Dante Martin probably could have picked up a win here. Because that Malachi Black was shit. However, as he's improved, welcome back, Tommy End. You're finally remembering you're good at this whole wrestling thing. Yeah, this was fantastic. I love that it's everybody, by the way, in AEW. Everybody's just like, I really like this Dante Martin kid. Sorry, Darius. I really like this Dante Martin kid. Darius. I'm going to give him a shot. I want to go down there and try to tear the house down with Dante Martin. Everybody is on this Dante Martin like bandwagon, and it's rightfully so. It's not like this charity project that they do with some other people. Half its YouTube roster. Like it's an actual talent, and they're doing it was fantastic. I love your House of Black theory, but it's
not theory. I'm joking. Don't put that out there.
You know what I mean? Your thought.
Put it out in the air.
Your thought. Your pitch.
You know they watch me.
However, they clearly do. However,
they always do.
I want to see a few first. I want that nod of approval, and I want to I don't know how you make that more, but I want this match. Give me more. I want more of this.
I know. Right?
I want more of this. For a few weeks. There's plenty of stuff you can kick off Dynamite. Give me more of this.
Jimmy?
I fucking love that match. You don't get
It got burnt with all your clothes during your home invasion. You didn't hear at first until 7 years later.
Love that match. To me, that was my second favorite match of the two shows this weekend. Leave Cash alone. Stop playing mid. You're a grown man.
Are we talking about all the people that don't realize Ortiz is dragging out his hair?
Right,
that's a mid take.
No, we're not talking. They're not talking about just one take. They said mid takes. How many mid takes? But go ahead, Jimmy.
I thought it was fantastic. Second best match of the Rampage Dynamite card. Behind Dragon, obviously. The first thing.
Yeah.
I thought their styles meshed really well together. And I must say, the nod of approval at the end leads me to believe we're heading towards a double turn with Cody and Malachi Black. And I would not be mad at it at all. But much like Cash, I want to finagle a way where we can see this match again, because I love this fucking match. And I feel like there was something left on the bone, quite frankly.
I totally agree with you, and we should mention the two other segments that had to, directly do with the guys in this matchup. First with Dante Martin. Later on in the show, we get an interview backstage with Dante Martin with Leo Rush, and Leo Rush saying, you done screwed up. I told you not to do it. You done screwed up. So from here forward, Leo Rush announces himself that he will be the tag team partner of Dante Martin, which Dante Martin did a great job of selling it with his facial expressions of not being totally convinced at that move by Leo, and the fact that Darius is still injured and that's his regular tag team partner. As far as Malachi Black, we got another well drawn out, well produced, but I don't know about the acting here, vignette of Cody Rhodes with Arn Anderson as they are trying to tear down Cody and rebuild them up. Not only is Arn slapping the shit out of Cody, Red Velvet and Kylan King got to slap the shit out of Cody as well. He was training at the Nightmare Factory with the Nightmare family, trying to get back into shape. And Arn, I guess, believes that he is ready after showing him a picture of Dusty Rhodes making him bleed in a old school brawl with his father Dusty. Cody showed that he had some aggression in him and that he needed to pull that out of him against Malachi Black. So we're going to get Malachi Black versus Cody Rhodes 3 next week on Saturday Night Dynamite in Orlando, Florida. So what did you think about these two segments versus the interview with Leo and then the vignette with Cody and Arn Anderson? Jimmy?
Leo Rush has got a lot of personality, quite frankly. And
yes.
I thoroughly enjoy it.
Personality goes a long way.
It does. We know he's using Dante in his own way, but I'm not mad at that. I'm hoping that this leads to fucking some type of turn where Darius comes back. Darius and Leo team up against Dante or something. I don't know.
Ooh. I would love to see Dante Martin versus Leo Rush.
Right?
Not only them as a tag team, but those guys one-on-one would be amazing.
Very fun. The Cody stuff. Listen, I know it's wrestling, so you can't take it too serious. I'm with you. I understand. Cinematography fantastic. I even like the idea of it, which is toughening Cody up. But let me ask you something. If your district manager was to yell at your manager, would you feel then comfortable enough to slap your manager in the fucking face? Like, I don't. What the fuck? Red Velvet cannot be this comfortable where she's okay with slap. Unless they're fucking, she should not be this comfortable with slapping this motherfucker.
No, this is legit. Like you're the coach of the team gets to slap the GM, so now the player gets to slap the GM too. What? Are you fucking? Cody is her boss. Cody is her real boss. Arn is just a trainer. He's a coach.
Like, what the fuck is going on? Who writes this? Who thinks this is a good idea? And then Kylan King slaps him in the face. Like, what?
The Cody stuff just feels like it's on a whole different show. It doesn't even feel like it's a part of Dynamite.
But I believe the last report we heard about fucking the EVP is not relinquishing power. Because the same guy who wrote this didn't write the rest of the show. It's impossible.
Yeah, no. But what further report was that the EVP still are come up with the ideas for their angles. So they might not be involved in everything, but this is from the mind of Cody. It's pretty much 100% sure of that. Cash?
Let's start with Leo Rush and Dante Martin here. I'm very excited about this. Jimmy's not much of a fan, and I believe Sid has a little bit more appreciation. But Leo Rush is pretty entertaining in the ring.
Yes.
And seeing him with Dante versus Dante, whatever, like, I want to see all versions of this for a little while. Like, this is going to be fun. I believe Darius even responded on Twitter or something. Like, he was like, I don't like that at all. So there's some meat on the bone, as you put it, for something to be there. Regarding Cody, he started wrestling, 2007? 2006. I need to go back and I think watch Cody Rhodes highlights and see how many times he's been dropped on his head. Because it's clearly a lot to think any of this is okay. Not good. Forget good. Good's out the window. Okay. None of this is okay. first off, he needs to go back to the academy and train, right? Like, all right, whatever. We're gonna have this multi-time champion, and he's gonna have to go back to training, go back to basics, all right, whatever. And then he shows up late. And he made a point to mention he shows up late, and he's getting judged by his
people who haven't done
subordinates.
Actually, I said that word last night. His subordinates are there. I guess we're back to the storyline that we touched on 3 other times, where he has his surrogate wife, Red Velvet, there, and so she slaps him. Right? Is this how he ends racism? He's just banging all the black chicks, right? And this is that's how he ends racism. And then he gets in a ring, and part of his training is this handicap match he's never gonna have because he's having a 1-on-4 training where everybody's just beating him up. And then I don't know who was it, was it a knee or something? I don't even know who it was, but somebody rang his bell, and they made a point. They made a point to illustrate that they rang his bell, not only with Cody Rhodes being dizzy, but they piped in his ear ringing. That this jobber, this bum, this guy from YouTube rang his bell. These guys all suck. That's why they're not on the show, and they're whipping Cody's ass. And now we're going to get a 3rd match. What the fuck is going on? There's so many. We had Bryan Danielson and Suzuki on YouTube, but we have Cody Rhodes and his horseshit on Dynamite. What the fuck are we doing?
Like this comment from Marjo saying, "Armed Anderson runs a fight club." Yes, this gave Fight Club vibes, and yes, the Codyverse was in full force here. Next, after the Black and Martin match, we had backstage the Jurassic Express talking about being banged up, talking about Christian being at home after the 8-man tag. They try to bring up the four-way power bomb that got botched, but then the Elite comes in to beat them down. Super kicks to Jungle Boy. Adam Cole holds Jungle Boy to watch. Luchasaurus getting a shield power bomb by Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks through a table, and this pissed off Jungle Boy, as he would get revenge later on in the night, which we'll get to. Next, after that, in the ring, we had a Inner Circle interview. The Inner Circle was reunited, was promoted as they got quite the reception. Santana led the way on the mic here, so I know you guys were happy. But
he's a star.
He isn't happy about American Top Team, which brings them out with Dan Lambert. Dan Lambert got so much heat from Miami, Florida. Jericho calls him a fat-faced dipshit, and then pulls out his Stephanie McMahon 2001 insults to go after Paige Van Sant, saying he accuses her of having a thing for him, but he wouldn't touch her with her husband's genitalia. Punk actually with a great line on commentary saying, "I don't believe him. I think he would." They make a challenge for a 10-man tag, which Lambert insults the team, including talking about the size of Jake Hager's head. Lambert is down if the Inner Circle will accept their challenge, talking about nobody in the ring has a title except for Sammy Guevara, so he'll have to go to their terms to get the 10-man tag. Scorpio side brags about being the pinning Chris Jericho twice, which I liked, but the fans think he still sucks. And Van Sant was actually the star of this whole promo without even saying a goddamn word. They just put the camera on her and she was a star. But what did you think about this promo exchange and the continuing of the Inner Circle versus American Top Team angle? Jimmy?
I must say, as much as I've shat on Dan Lambert the last month and change, this was his best showing to me. He felt a lot more natural than he usually fucking does, because he was at home. And more importantly, that Jake Hager line about fucking he has to get to his shirt feet first. It just cracks me up. I don't know why. Because it felt off the cuff. It's old man just insulting somebody. Jericho stuff. Listen, I love Chris Jericho. What if episode 1? What if Cody lost everything? That couldn't possibly.
Gotta get that show canceled.
Fuck. What was I talking about? Chris Jericho. You talk about his 2001 stuff. Yes. Chris Jericho feels dated, and significantly so. And it's kind of sad. I'm not fucking woke. I'm just saying. Like, You've had 20 years right mature. You got nothing. You got nothing. Fucking damn Lambert's beating you out. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, sad, pretty sad.
And Paige, dude. Too bad her husband's a mess. But Paige is look at them together. That makes sense. You can tell he'll beat the shit out of her if she says anything reckless.
He looks like if they weren't, if these were regular people and they weren't famous, he looked like he's the guy in the club that has access to stuff that she enjoys.
You stuck in my line for that one?
Wow.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. They don't make sense.
Okay.
The crowd was super hot, by the way, except when Scorpio Sky talked, which is why you shouldn't be pushing Scorpio Sky.
This is why Ethan Page should do the talking.
Yes, let it 9 chances, about right. Let it go. It's over, and now he'll lose to fucking Christian or Sammy or whoever the fuck.
Cash.
In the inner circle, I forget how many of them talked.
Santana, Jericho, and Sammy.
Okay, so Jericho, that's obvious. Sammy, he's got a belt. Santana's the other one that talked. Somebody else is missed. Somebody didn't talk. Somebody specifically didn't. Somebody specifically doesn't talk.
Every time Ortiz talks, he's on the money. So stop that nonsense. But go ahead. Make your point, please.
The point is, everybody's aware. I don't know about some of you in the comment section. Everybody gets it. Santana's a star. Santana gets to talk. Santana gets to rub because Santana's a star. He's world the feature. So knock it off, everybody.
Knock it off.
But yeah, it's just all like everything with Cody is the inner circle for me. Like I don't care. Like okay, we're gonna do it. I don't care. We get to hear Santana talk is probably the only positive for me. But yeah, Paige Van Sant. I don't know what her AEW future is like. If she's just hanging around currently for this gimmick, or if she's gonna like really come in. But damn it, does she command a stage without even trying?
At least another fight left, I think.
Like let's do this. Like fuck that fight. Can you get out of that contract?
I paying her big money for that fight. She can pay that.
Yeah, she get big money for that. Next up, we had AAA tag team titles on the line. The Lucha Bros versus La Super Ranas, the Super Frogs. And CM Punk might have secured the MVP in this one segment as he was not with any of the shit. His first line is, I don't know if the Lucha Bros care, but that's clearly FTR.
I love that. When did he say that? I heard that Harwood line.
He literally said it when they made their entrance.
What is the lowest version of who's he with? Who's Hogan with? That line. We're just shitting all over this gimmick. What? I started dying.
To me, that secures an LVP.
Oh, will you stop?
Jesus. Okay.
Will you stop?
It's Hogan, but who's he with? No, I'm sorry. I love you, Phil, but no.
Will you stop?
Spoiler alert, LVP.
Will you stop? The two guys eventually get their masks taken off, and yes, it is FTR. Then we just got a fun tag team matchup. The Lucha Bros ran wild with dives to the outside. They were about to go for the package power driver double stomp combination, but I think it was Cash Wheeler broke it up. He then passed Harwood a AAA tag team title. Tully Blanchard came out, distracted the referee. Phoenix goes for a double jump moonsault, and Harwood catches him in midair with the AAA tag team title, and then hits a brain buster for the victory in just over 8 minutes. I thought the mask thing was weird because they look like a combination of the Riddler meets the Green Ranger, but the match itself was fun, and FTR getting the victory worked for me because it sets up a AEW World Tag Team title or a AEW versus AAA Tag Team title match with FTR and the Lucha Bros, and FTR is one of the most decorated tag teams of all time as they now add the AAA Tag Team titles to the AEW World Tag Team titles, SmackDown Tag Team titles, Raw Tag Team titles, and NXT Tag Team titles. So they've won tag team titles everywhere they've been for 3 different promotions. Fuck all that different brand. Fuck that. No, it ain't. It's WWE. Get the fuck out. Yeah, and the WWE Hall of Fame means something because one guy fucking chooses it every year. Stop it, Jimmy. I mean, no, Cash. What did you think about the match?
You can tell by the asses it was.
Wow.
If you say so.
Okay.
Right.
the Lucha Brothers are really good at their style.
They are.
Right? They're fantastic at their style. Nick Jackson and his much less talented brother are really good at their style, right? We agree. They're really good at their style. Let me tell you about the greatest tag team of all time.
Okay.
You just mentioned them, the Young Bucks.
They're really good at all the styles because that match, while under the guise of the Super Ranas, Dax Harwood is wrestling Lucha Libre.
It was hilarious.
He wasn't even wrestling as an FTR match. He was wrestling Lucha Libre. Do you know why? Because they are the greatest tag team of all the times. They can master all the styles. It does not matter. Rightfully so. Your new... I'm going to say it properly now because it deserves it now.
Go ahead, sir.
Triple A Tag Team Champions. Okay. We have FTR finally back on a horse. 5 different divisions, Tag Team Champion. These guys are goated.
Yes.
Okay. These guys are goated. They are a gift to tag team wrestling, and we are fortunate to be able to witness them. Oh, by the way, the match was fantastic as well.
Fantastic. Will you stop? You're being ridiculous now. Jimmy, go ahead. Jimmy, go ahead.
Nobody's saying he's in a star, but it's a real reach to say he completely carries his partner.
It's not.
It's not.
Listen, I'm not saying it wasn't goofy. I understand the look was preposterous, by the way. They look like they're about to do something in Avengers Endgame. Like, they look ridiculous.
They look like they re-signed with Vince.
This behind the scenes nonsense. But how are they gonna deal with Lucha Libre rules? Because they're professionals. I don't like FTR.
They follow the rules, no matter what the rules may be.
Let me say, I'm not knocking Punk for that part. I'm simply saying I didn't know who it was at first. Actually, you know what? I did because
I did too. I did once I saw the hair in the back. I was like, and then the way Dax did it, he wasn't doing Lucha Libre. He was just doing his regular technical wrestling shit. And I was like, yeah, that's clearly Dax Harwood. It is FTR.
I clicked on Twitter at fucking 8:40, 8:50, and Sid's like, that's clearly FTR. I know what the fuck he was talking about, but when I watched the show, this must be the FTR thing. But watching it, I couldn't tell until middle or something. That aside, this match is really good. I love that fucking moonsault to the fucking title spot. First of all,
yeah,
Phoenix gets so much height that I'm gonna hit you right in the face. I have so much time to fucking see where you're gonna land. And it was fantastic. And I'm here for a title versus title match. Hopefully full gear, but I'll take it regardless.
Nick Jackson saying, Cash, don't break your arm jerking FTR off. And then after the match, Andrade and FTR are celebrating the win, and then MJF comes in to celebrate with them and gets paid by Andrade seemingly to rent FTR for the night. MJF's horrible Spanish was awesome here. I thought that this was a great touch. This was a great touch to kind of complete the deal with what I thought was a fun match, a fun segment. Although I thought the frogs and the attire was weird, it was nice for them to sew it up with this little backstage segment that didn't even take more than a minute
at all. That was up to that point, probably my favorite segment of the night. It gets topped a little later on, but god damn it, fucking cash or check, both. They get some like, my boss was like, this is hilarious. I love this.
Yeah, as Jimmy said, this was beautiful to watch, right? Like, FTR comes down to, like, they also, I forgot something, they made it obvious that they could have made that other horseshit work that Vince wanted to do because they're goddamn professionals. But that cash and check, he's ready with both, by the way. I think it's underrated, the fact that they had cash and check ready. That's why the option was presented. Like, yeah, sure, both. I don't care. I got what I wanted. But underrated, MJF made a point to mention this is one night only, and Andrade had a little bit of a smirk. It might not be. I'm not going to say for sure, but it might not be one night only. This might be a thing.
To be fair, you've been pretty good at calling stuff.
I'm pretty interested in seeing where that goes.
Andrade stuff.
Very interesting stuff. We guess next up, I'll just get quick comments on this. Have you seen these guys on the cards talking about you? That's awesome. I love it.
I think that's my new favorite one. I think that beats out my greatest work.
Wheeler Yuta went one-on-one with Jon Moxley. This didn't last. This lasted 1 minute and 11 seconds. Moxley jumped Wheeler Yuta at the bell. He just pounded the shit out of his face, then hits the paradigm shift, and then just walks the fuck out. He's like, I'm over this shit. And the one touch that I liked was Orange Cassidy staring down Moxley as Moxley left, as the doctors checked on him. Quick comments on this, Cash?
Yeah, I'd like if Moxley's just gonna do this, where he's just gonna run through people and be out, and like he's not here for any of the horseshit, leading to a heel turn. Hopefully, I saw Wheeler Utah announce the match, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" But then I realized why. He got washed, rightfully so. I didn't notice OC staring at Moxley. I thought I had saw Orange Cassidy looking at Wheeler Luda, like, "Yeah, you guys can't hang out with us." Like you're bummier than the
No, he stared down John Moxley, which is a preview because they're on the same side of the bracket for the AEW World Title Eliminator.
I thought I saw him looking down at Wheeler like, you stink.
No, he was more.
He said that. He wasn't just looking at his friend.
No, you're just looking at his friend. We heard you the first time, and no one else saw that, Jimmy.
Because you're an awful friend. That's how you look at me if I got my ass beat.
Nick Jackson.
Are you getting your ass beat?
Nick Jackson says, anyone else feel a Mox heel turn coming? Absolutely. We've been calling that for weeks.
Yeah, it's a little overdue, quite frankly.
To be fair. Fair. Yes, he's definitely a face.
Don't give me that fucking Twitter shit. He's a baby.
Yeah, stop. Next up, we had backstage Serena D beat Hikaru Shida. We hear about Serena D beating Hikaru Shida last week, but she's not happy with how the division has been since she went on her sabbatical, and then Shida comes in and jumps her. I just thought that this didn't last too long. Another segment backstage where didn't need to last more than a minute, but it got across that they're continuing their feud. Any quick thoughts on this?
Who was she saying? Who interviewed her? D did this? Was it Shivani?
I think it was Alex Marvez.
Yeah, Marvez.
I'm not into the Vince stuff, but they should have used a smaller person because it made Dee look smaller than I thought she was, quite frankly. She looks like not gigantic, but she looks like a badass. Cash might have called us on the nose last week about fucking Cheetah trying to get her 50 win against Deeb and just not panning out. I'm here for it because Deeb to me is the third star in that division. There's Goat Baker, that is. There's fucking Jade and there's Deeb. I'm here for it. And that Cheetah's shot was stiff as fuck. Let's go.
Yeah,
I love it.
I'm here for the eventual turn from Cheetah to heal them because she just can't get that win over Deeb until she reaches she unlocks something within herself or whatever. But Deeb continues to pick up wins that she deserves. What I don't appreciate is that we don't remember our own booking. So why are you evil now? She's been evil forever. She's been a heel for a while. This is not brand new. Why are we keeping with the narrative that this is brand new? It's not.
This was Vince who be calling him crazy old man. Just saying.
This is true. Next up, we had the Dark Order versus the Super Clique in a trios match. The Dark Order represented by Evil Uno, Alex Reynolds, and John Silver. This was just a blast to watch. It was just big spots as well as just some funny moments. One of the highlight moments is the Super Clique going for their signature kiss Adam Cole on the cheek spot, but Silver and Reynolds pulled the Young Bucks out of the ring and then got in the ring and gave the kiss to Adam Cole, which Adam Cole reacted to it brilliantly, like, oh my god, what the fuck. And then they did a couple of triple team offense to get over here, launching him to the outside. In the end, the super kick just unloaded on the Dark Order. They hit double super kicks, then the Panama Sunrise, then the BTE trigger, then the boom to get the victory in about 11 minutes. I thought that this, like I said, this was just a marvelous blast. Trios titles need to happen because it was a lot of fun. We had that fun spot with Evil Uno pulling off the sock and the shoe and the sock of Nick Jackson to do the socko, which got a big reaction. It was just a whole lot of fun in this one. What did you think, Jimmy?
The great Nick Jackson, that is. This match was fun. I try not to get too worked up about rules when it comes to the Young Bucks and company.
Rules.
Yeah. But it was fun. I honestly thought that these two teams kind of work well together. The Dark Order kind of fits the perfectly goofy style that the Bucks use from here. I'm sorry, I know I say it every week. I cannot get over. I know you think I'm just bullshitting. I know you think Cash is out of his mind. I can't get over how much better Nick Jackson is than his brother. I'm sorry. Nick Jackson just goes out there and performs Fucking Matt Jackson's out there fucking cooning, whatever the white version of cooning is. It's just
hokey.
You know what?
Hokey.
Yeah, he's hokey.
Hokey, hamming it up.
Nick Jackson is splendid. The most effective heel turn in the history of professional wrestling.
It's outrageous. It's outrageous.
He went from a -12 to an 8.5. Go ahead, Nick Jackson.
Meanwhile, while his brother stayed where he was in the first place.
Jesus. I enjoyed the Dark Order part of the storyline. Like them working together, and this was really fun. And I'm gonna apologize, but I'm going to give some props to Adam Cole. To me, he appears to be finding his bag. He's fantastically charismatic. That kiss swatch, I popped for him. It's his face. He's so like nothing was wrong, and they can apparently tell there's different lips on his face. Whose beard is that? Yeah.
Yes, I think it was the beard. That made him realize, like, what the fuck?
Oh, it was fucking fantastic. It was fantastic. I enjoyed that so much.
Cash?
JR losing their mind with commentary about the lack of rules.
Yeah.
Oh, we should also mention CM Punk with this great line from EBB after the Serena Deeb interview. Great head of hair on Serena Deeb. It's CM Punk with a fun reference.
I did pop for that. I forgot to mention that. The fact that Adam Baker Cole is aware of how certain lips feel on his cheek.
No, it's the beard. It was Silver's beard. That's what I think it was.
Whatever, like, because he didn't sell it immediately, by the way. He felt lips and he's like, yeah, wait, no. Like, there was a whole transition in his face. And that might be my favorite thing of the night, quite frankly. Like, I think that was my favorite moment of the entire night. Was his realization of different men's lips on his face. This, like, I know I like seriousness and I like realism and things like that. But this is like that fun, like, Chikara match that you would watch on YouTube. Like, that's the whole vibe I got. I was like, none of this really matters. There's no stakes here. I don't want a trio title personally. But I'm like, this is like, whatever, a throwaway, fun, warm up the crowd match. And, that's what it was. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. And it more fun than it had any business being because Evil Uno and Alex Reynolds was in it. And Mr. Sacco. But this was a fun match. I enjoyed it very much.
That's a good call.
Yes, that's what it felt like.
Also, yes.
We got EBB saying JFC Cash's bad takes are transferring over to Jimmy now too.
Which one we talking about? Nick Jackson?
I guess the Nick Jackson carrying Matt Jackson.
You think Nick Jackson's not better than Matt Jackson? I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, no, I mean Nick Jackson is better, but y'all act like Matt Jackson is like a hindrance.
They complement each other well.
What?
Yes. They do. I agree.
Michael Jordan is great. Ron Harper is great. They complement each other well.
It's not Ron Harper. He's Scottie Pippen. He is Scottie Pippen.
Not even Ron Harper. Matt Jackson? I forget his name right now. Matt Jackson is Jed Butchler.
Y'all are ridiculous. The thoughts and comments of Jimmy and Cash are not the thoughts and comments of True Hill Heat.
He's not even carrying that. He's not even.
We also got Nick Jackson in the chat saying, "I'm just saying this because he's my doppelganger. Nick Jackson should have been had a solo run."
Watch him come up from that tunnel.
He's just saying that because that's his namesake.
Watch
Come
him
on.
come up from the tunnel. Watch Nick Jackson bop as he comes out the tunnel, and watch Matt Jackson do whatever the fuck he's doing behind him. They're not in the same league as far as charisma goes. This is not close.
Yeah, Matt Jackson goes to the Brandon Cutler School of Charisma.
Hey, Brandon Cutler was great in the post match. We had Jungle Boy come out, go after the super click. Brandon Cutler is left alone with him. He tries for the cold spray, which Jungle Boy blocks with the steel chair, and then he gets the snare trap with Cutler in trouble. The Young Bucks and Adam Cole just run off. They're like, we're not with it.
I'm sure they considered going back.
Yeah, they considered it, and they were like, nah, we're good. Next up, that's when we had the Cody segment, but then after the Cody segment, here is MJF to say that he stuck in a place that smells like hookers and gasoline. He doesn't like not being announced for his match, even though there is no scheduled match because the match got pulled with him and Darby. He does his own introduction. CM Punk once again on commentary, not being a dumb commentator. He was like, you know how I could tell this is not a match, nor Wardlow. MJF doesn't think Darby Allin is ready to fight him, so maybe he did break Darby mentally, like Darby said he couldn't. And after telling a fat guy to shut up, MJF feigns shock over and hearing about Allin being attacked last week. MJF says, Tony Schiavone, did you know about this? MJF then says he's going to give us the match with Darby. So Wardlow comes out with the referee. The count is on. The lights go out, and Sting comes out to answer with a baseball bat. MJF runs Wardlow into Sting, who he hits with the bat. MJF teases running back in, but he runs away despite Sting dropping the bat to the commentary's disgust. What did you think about this one, Cash?
Yeah, I mean, MJF on a promo, like, there's nothing that needs to be said. He's great. He, like, MJF to promos is what FTR is exciting in wrestling. Like, these things are peanut butter and jelly. They go hand in hand. It's great work. Yeah, it's
He broke his arm, huh?
no,
Broke your arm.
It's fine. It's perfect. It's got the guns for that, but yeah, no, it's the Sting thing. Like, anytime I see Sting, but whatever, you know, it served its purpose. It was a good wrestling promo. He did his thing. Count him out, ref. We got to 9 before the music hits and all that. So that's what? All right.
It is. It's true.
Mute Sammy Joe.
Slash Sammy Joe saying
Matt
Matt is a better promo, Nick is a better wrestler. That is actually true. That's why the young.
No.
Nick is better overall, but Matt is the better promo. That's why he always does the promos.
Nick is better overall. Yes.
Matt can't be the better promo if he's not good at anything. Like, what are you talking? What?
He's not good at anything to you two. Just you two. Literally, there's millions of wrestling fans, and literally there's about one over 1 million AEW fans, and literally you two are the only two that just completely say Matt Jackson does no talent.
I say he has no talent. I say he doesn't compare with his brother.
Okay, you actually put your thoughts into a coherent thought process, Jimmy. Although Cash goes to the overboard.
No, I thought about it, and he stinks.
I doubt you thought about it, but Jimmy,
I watched. I don't
Jimmy,
like this.
what's your thoughts on the MJF promo?
MJF promo is kind of wrestling 101. I'm not mad at it. That's kind of what MJF does at this point in his career. The Sting spot, I like that he didn't go head up with Wardlow. MJF just kind of fucked it up by throwing Wardlow at him to save his own skin. So that worked. Public commentary is fantastic, but not as fantastic as Tony Schiavone was, who wouldn't shut up because he hates MJF so much. It works. He's not here. He knows he's not here.
There's just a few people Tony Schiavone just hates is MJF, Adam Cole, and like everybody else.
Yes. Like, he won't let it go.
I'm here for the Tony Schiavone fuse. Like, if he just go off with everybody.
So we got a super chat donation from Slam and Sammy Joe saying rank the members of Dark Order from best to worst. Best, I would go with Anna Jay, then John Silver. No, I'll go with John Silver first, then Anna Jay, Stu Grayson, Colt Cabana, and everybody else. Go ahead.
John Silver, Stu Grayson. Shit. You know, as a heel, Anna Jay is fantastic. So Anna Jay, and then everybody else.
Since Tay Conte somehow still not involved.
You know, she gets her face in there every once in a while.
Because it would be
She's
Tay
friends.
Conte. It would be Tay Conte. Studios Grayson is head and shoulders above everybody else in Dark Order to me. John Silver, Anna Jay be third. Colt Cabana's fourth. Oh no, that's a lie. Preston 10 Dance, then Colt Cabana. I'm starting. It's getting hard to care now. Alan Angels.
Okay, then just say everybody else. Like,
It's really hard to care.
like, Jesus.
I wanted to illustrate. This is not just flippancy. Like, this is just.
Oh, okay. All right, but next up, we had a quick backstage segment with your guys' favorites, Dr. Goat Baker, DMD. She interrupts a Anna Jay interview and talks about how the Super Click beat the Dark Order, saying they are not. Anna says they are not losers, although Britt says that they are a bunch of losers because they lost to the Super Click. Baker talks more trash, and the fight is on with referees breaking up the two women, which I thought they were laying in those strikes very well. I thought this was a good segment to start off a feud between Anna Jay and Britt Baker. Any quick thoughts?
I don't know what's in her background to make her this much of a badass. I'm not just doing it because it's Go Baker. I love Go Baker, but it takes a certain kind of somebody to be willing to get punched in the face consistently over and over again. Through broken noses several times, been fucking bloody. Whatever happened, I'm glad it happened because Go Baker is willing to put the work in. I'm here for it. Fucking old Bryan Danielson face.
I'm here for Goat Baker and the star of the show. Like, I'm here for this match and this feud. Let's go. Give it to me.
It's gonna be end of Anna Jay's babyface run again.
Hopefully.
Gonna fucking put this fucking charisma vacuum against.
Hopefully.
Can you imagine?
Will you stop? Will you stop?
You think she's good as a babyface at all?
I think she's pretty good. She's pretty good. I root for her.
Listen, she could lose. She could get frustrated. She could turn heel. She could maybe bring her boyfriend with her.
We're not doing Hollywood.
This guy, I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. Frantic World says Matt is better at promos, while Nick Jackson says, yeah, Stu's great too. And then Romeo says pretty lazy to do two women's backstage scraps in the same night. That's a fair criticism. We get next up a women's matchup here. Kiera Hogan going one-on-one with Penelope Ford. I thought that this exceeded my expectations because I didn't think much of this, but they worked very hard with one another in this one. Kiera Hogan with a great superplex at one point. Ford hits a couple of big moves in a row. A running cutter, more of like the lethal injection into the Muda lock to win in just under 8 minutes. It wasn't the best match, but there's no ring general in this match, so that's why it exceeded my expectation. I thought it was a solid effort. Any quick thoughts on this one, Cash?
Let's talk about the good. CM Punk going Kiera Hogan, any relation?
Yes.
You know that's hilarious. Penelope Ford picking up the win. Let's talk about the bad. Everything else.
You know what? That's about right. There's a couple of boxes I had to start fast forwarding. I was like, I'm sorry, sister, but I can't watch.
Jimmy.
Ugh.
That's it.
They're both wrestlers. They're both attractive. Yeah.
There you go. Fair enough. That's fair.
That's another plus. The bunny. God.
Yes. Post match, we got Ruby Soho to come out and jump forward in revenge from last night. The beating is on, but the bunny comes down and does absolutely nothing. But she's there, so that was happy.
Doesn't look like a star though.
Oh my God! But let me just wax lyrically about these next two segments, and I'm just going to combine them in one because this may have been the best. Oh my God.
Go ahead, sir.
That's great. That's actually great. This might be the best back-to-back promos in AEW history. You got first up Miro back is saying that he isn't sure what happened that caused him to lose the TNT title. He thinks his God has turned on him because he was given a body of granite and a neck of sand. Why would you do this to me? Miro will either be a champion or an enemy, and it is time to destroy. He can't go back home to see his wife because he has lost and he is no longer God's favorite champion, but he will do whatever he needs to. He will break necks to make sure that he is once again God's favorite champion. And just when you thought that was great, then you get in ring Tony Schiavone introducing Hangman Page for a chat, and Tony recaps Page's feud with Kenny Omega. And then Page gives us the journey to where we are now. He talks about leaving Ring of Honor and leaving New Japan Pro Wrestling to make All Elite Wrestling their home. The world, they were supposed to change the world, but the world changed them. And then he lost big matches along the way. He said from day one he was going to be the first AEW World Champion, but he lost to Jericho, then he lost to Pac, and it felt like he started to lose a bit more. He lost his confidence, he lost his friends, he lost himself. But the one thing that that it felt like he never lost was the fans chanting cowboy shit, which means he did the pause for the fans to chant his rally cry. And he said that meant taking his shot on day one and learning to let the past live in the past and accept new friends in his life. It meant taking his chance to stick his neck out, and like his friends did so many times for him. It means having the guts to go back home for the birth of his son. He says cowboy shit is all of these things, and he says last week he picked up the phone and cowboy shit was taking the shot and winning the casino battle royale. Page feels the people still believe in him though, and for the first time in his life he does too. The promise he can make is that he will give give the fans everything at Full Gear, including cowboy shit. And he was like, cowboy shit will be, whether he wins or loses, he will probably give up some tears, but he will leave it all in the ring at Full Gear. I thought that this was one of the best one-man promos since Cody's promo before Full Gear 2019. This was a babyface rally crawl. It got over his catchphrase. It got over his journey to the title, his character, and my God, it got me so much more hype for the main event of Full Gear. And it's full circle. Full Gear 2020, we kicked off with Omega and Page, and Full Gear 2021, we're going to end the show with Omega and Page for the title. This was just great promo work. A shorter promo with Miro, then a long form promo with Page. Excellent stuff all around, but the Page was the highlight of the show for me. Jimmy, what did you think about Miro's promo and then Page's?
Miro's transition to this character. First of all, God's favorite champion, and now the godless, the Forsaken.
Yes, the Forsaken.
That we prefer, has been splendid. And this was no different. I'm very curious to see where this goes. I kind of hope he goes for the AEW title relatively shortly. Maybe he's Hangman's second opponent behind whoever wins the belt, wins the tournament rather.
Yeah.
Really good promo, as is everything he does. Am I supposed to believe he hasn't seen his wife since the TNT title match? Because I almost do. Miro is fantastic. As for Hangman, I really like this promo. I'm not gonna go greatest one-way promo ever, like a couple of you guys went. I thought it was beautiful. I thought it was heartwarming. I thought it was well scripted. I thought it got over everything it needed to get over. But Hangman, not yet at least, doesn't have the ability to fucking, like, if that's Moxley, I might buy it more because Moxley that's what he does. So you can pick a Moxley promo, and I probably prefer it to that one. But I thought it was really good. I'm looking forward to the match, and I feel even more confident that he's gonna win this fucking belt. I'm not even sure why this is even a discussion that he's going to lose to Omega. Unless he's going to retire afterwards. Because he, like my two friends here, he doesn't know how to pull out. He's going to take care of his kid. I get it. But otherwise, he's winning this fucking belt. This is not a discussion. He had to win the belt.
Absolutely.
Bryan gets to win this belt. He's as over as Punk and Bryan is, and he's been there since day one.
And Bryan said that. Bryan was like, you got me and Punk on the show, but Hangman got the loudest pop last week. And my God, what a fucking promo here. This was the best work of his career.
Promo? Shit.
Cash?
Really good promo from Adam Hangman Page. I don't know about this greatest one-man deal, but really, really solid. Got everything he needed to get done. Sounded like a main eventer.
Did it.
And I hadn't heard that from Adam Hangman Page before. So great. Welcome to the show. What's more important? Miro.
You know, it was almost sweet. I was like, look at him coming around. Mature Marcus Cash.
Exactly. That was too much maturity for one Marcus Cash statement.
I gave him credit, but it wasn't better than the Miro thing. The Miro
yes, it was. But go on.
Body of granite, neck of sand, fantastic. Do I not give you enough praise? Spoiler alert, never. he's never satisfied with whatever praise he gets.
Kind of how God works.
Yes.
And that's whichever one you believe in, by the way. They're never satisfied. It's just give me more. It's the Forsaken Miro, whatever that journey is going to be. I'm so excited. Miro's been really good after the video game thing. Miro's been really good about giving me things I didn't know I wanted. Pause for all of you. But like, it's like I didn't know I wanted the God thing, and that was great. I didn't know I wanted the Forsaken thing, and this is great. Like I don't know who's booking him. It's whoever's not doing Cody. But it's fantastic.
Absolutely. EBB saying I like that it wasn't a massive rallying cry like Moxley would do, a different style of character. Yeah, he never said he was going to win the title because he's confident now, but he's not that confident. He's failed too many times. It's a great story, and this is the type of promo that you already see the video package signed with that promo. Like that's how you do the full gear promo package, as you do pages, because he told you the whole story, the whole journey from day one of AEW to now. So it's great stuff. Nick Jackson said, man, I can't begin to express how much this match and this feud means to me. Been here for Hangman's journey since the beginning. Beautiful to see how far we've come. Yes, absolutely. Great stuff there. And then finally, we had the main event of the evening. Bryan Danielson. See, I'm like CM Punk and JR. Bryan Danielson versus Bobby Fish. Both men got good receptions here, but of course, Bryan Danielson with the bigger reception from the Miami crowd. We had a feeling out process. We got a couple of stiff clicks, but this is more of like a technical wrestling clinic. Both guys worked over the leg. Bryan and Fish using the ring post to work over each other's legs. And then we got a great submission style finish where both guys locked on leg locks. Bryan and Fish started trading kicks to the head. Bryan won out with a kick to the head, and then finally he locked on a heel hook to get the victory in about 12 and a half minutes. I thought that Fish got a lot in here, especially that Falcon Arrow off the top rope was another great, beautiful spot there. But this is the kind of thing that AEW works very well. Two evenly matched guys, and then one guy just in the end pulling out a move. And Bryan has beaten Nick Jackson, Minoru Suzuki, and Bobby Fish with 3 different finishes. He's won with the cattle mutilation, the Basaki knee, and now a heel hook. Just great stuff. And this makes for, his pay-per-view matches. You're going to be more invested because he's come up with multiple ways to get the victory. And then we got the full gear bracket. On one side of the bracket, there's the Dark Order's 10 versus John Moxley and Orange Cassidy versus Powerhouse Hobbs, which will be the first AEW World Title Eliminator Tournament match on AEW Rampage next week. We also got on the other side of the bracket, Lance Archer versus Eddie Kingston. Those guys are 1-1 in their AEW careers against each other, and then Dustin Rhodes going 1-on-1 with Bryan Danielson. So what did you guys think about the main event and the bracket for the World Title Eliminator Tournament? Cash.
Clean, man.
Who'd have thunk it that if you just book things that a match can end at any point instead of after the 3rd, 4th, 5th time you hit your finisher, that it'd be so much more impactful, right? A heel hook won a match. Granted, he beat European Division standout Bobby Fish.
Granted.
But still, like, who would have thunk it? That's amazing. I wanted to mention it earlier, but we also got another reference here as well with the Ring of Honor stuff. So I haven't seen Ring of Honor, and I couldn't tell you how long. Right? When did we go to Philly? Like, that was the last time I've seen a Ring of Honor thing. Jesus. However, I do know of some people. There are some people I'll see clips of that I'm interested in seeing. I want to see I don't even know if they're all still in Ring of Honor, but I want to see Silas Young pop up. I want to see. There was somebody else, but I guess it's not as important.
Jay Lethal. Lethal's another.
Marty Scurll. I want to see Marty Scurll.
Marty Scurll's no longer with Ring of Honor. He's no longer in wrestling, and he doesn't need to be.
Jesus.
But to be fair, it is appropriate that you are rooting for Marty Scurll.
Yeah, I'm not as hard up about politics as everybody else. I still want
You mean underage? You mean dating underage people? That's what you mean by politics?
Is that politics? What?
How old and where?
We should probably talk about something else right now.
How old and
I
where?
don't care about politics.
Let's continue your thought. Continue your thought.
Wrestling. I care about wrestling.
Jesus,
If you're a wrestler, I care about wrestling. I don't care about your life. I still think Benoit is one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. He's a murderer.
He is.
Allegedly.
Not fucking allegedly. Enough of this.
And
Lose my fucking shit. Enough of this fucking allegedly.
When you complete your thought, you've paused multiple times. There's no reason to elongate this. Go ahead.
I want to see Dalton Castle. I feel like Dalton Castle fits in AEW. I want them to steal him, quite frankly. So I'm here for that. In terms of that bracket, what? 25% of this bracket matters. It's Jon Moxley, it's Bryan Danielson. It's a lot of just bleh. Like, I love Eddie Kingston. He's not winning this damn thing. I love Powerhouse Hobbs. He's not winning this damn thing. A lot of people love Orange Cassidy. He shouldn't win this damn thing. Preston Vance, stop it. Dustin Rhodes, what the fuck are we doing? I don't remember who the other guy even was.
Absolutely.
He's waiting. He's waiting.
He was waiting for that one. Yes.
Yeah. If this does not end in Moxley versus Danielson, we shat the bed.
I mean, we should mention that Tony Khan took a picture at a Jacksonville Jaguars game and had a notepad in his hand. And in the notepad, it did say we were getting Danielson versus Moxley at Full Gear. He leaked the Full Gear card because he doesn't give a damn about the Jaguars game. He was writing down matches for Full Gear. We saw Hangman versus Omega, Mox versus Bryan, Rosa versus Jade, Adam Cole versus Christian Cage, Jurassic Express versus the Young Bucks, among other matches.
It's a loaded card.
Yeah.
Tony Khan's a dope. How do you do that?
Yeah.
That chicken scratch, I couldn't read the damn thing, but apparently
Me either.
I mean, he's not watching a Jaguars game. I get it, but yeah, that tournament is like, the fuck are we doing?
I'll start. That's hilarious.
You'll never see me again. Like the same way you haven't seen Baby Seth on the internet between whatever True Heel, whatever that was, and the latest Spider Cuz video. Like, you'll never see me again.
Jimmy, what was your thoughts on the main event and the bracket, please?
I'll start with the bracket. I get we want to protect certain guys we have, so we keep them out of the tournament so they don't lose in the tournament. But to be fair, then you shouldn't book the tournament. If you're not going to have MJF in it, if you're not going to have Darby in it, if you're not going to have Miro in it because you don't want them to lose, which I understand, then don't do it. Just fucking randomly book a thing. But we're doing it because we have to have Bryan pick up these wins. Otherwise, there's no need for – he can't do it because he's not high enough for fucking ranking.
And there's people that can lose, like Dante Martin. Put him in there.
Dante's lost enough. I want to see some Dante wins. I want to see him and Leo pick up some wins.
I'm just so annoyed by everybody in this fucking. It's gonna be Mox and Bryan, even if I didn't see.
But to be fair, last year it was the same thing. We knew we were getting Hangman versus Kenny in the finals.
If I fucking kick a homeless man down the street, if I do it a second time, it doesn't make it. Oh well, he did that last time. Don't be so. No,
it's a part of your character now. It's a part of something you do.
I'm still part of the character. Is Tony Khan stinks. That's the part of the character. Welcome back, dummy. You made it all with the end of the show.
Way to shit the bed.
I'm over it. I don't much care about the tournament. I mean, as long as I get Bryan Moxley, I'll be yes. And to be fair, I like what he's been doing recently. He's trying to show a little more stones. He read a book about how to be a leader somewhere, and now he's trying to stick up the Vince McMahon and putting his dick on the table. I get it, and I'm here for it.
I'm here for that.
I agree that he asked age and location. What was it?
16, the UK.
Which is legal out there, ain't it?
Move on. Jimmy, yes, continue.
Now I gotta go to different fucking countries in the UK. I don't know. What the fuck? Shit. All right, Bryan and Fish. This is Bryan's worst match at AEW, is it not?
Still very good.
And Justin Berg, I'm gonna ask the question. See, that's no question, y'all. Y'all let me know.
I mean, the bar is set high. When you have an all-time great Dynamite match. You have the best match I've ever seen on YouTube, and then you have him and Nick Jackson.
I much like Christian before his Omega match. I feel like Bryan is purposely and very smartly stacking up these wins with moves that aren't his finisher. Therefore, when we get to that match with fucking Moxley, or we get to that match with fucking Hangman or Omega, whoever it is, we're gonna be like, oh, is he about to beat him with this fucking heel hook? No, he is not. But you'll buy it for half a second. I enjoyed the match. I did not enjoy the bracket, but I would thoroughly enjoy Bryan versus Moxley. I'm here for it.
I am here for it too. Let's put our thumbs in the middle for Saturday Night Dynamite. Thumbs up or thumbs down in 3, 2, 1. Out of 10, since we had such a disagreement on the Rampage out of 10, what was your out of 10 score, Jimmy?
6 3/4.
Oh my God. Cash?
It's hard to tell. That Cody shit really blew mine.
Really? It was like a minute.
A minute of an hour of a 2-hour show is what really breaks things down, ladies and gentlemen.
That Cody shit really blew mine. The Cody shit makes the bracket look like gold. Pun slightly intended.
Oh, wait a minute. I forgot about the opening match. I love that. I love that.
I go with 8 out of 10 again.
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
7 is fair. 7.25, maybe. I think it's fair. Sorry, Romeo. I really like the two women's backstage scraps.
I did too. Jimmy, so your match of the night is the opener?
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Wow. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I love when your opinions piss these guys off. Cash.
Which was the opener again?
Marcus Cash. Why don't you?
I follow the rules and the laws.
Oh, shit.
Oh my God. That was great. What was your match of the night, Cash?
I know this is going to surprise some people, but it's not FTR. It is Dante Martin and Aleister Black. I'm sorry, Malachi Black.
I'm going to agree with you guys. I think the opener was the strongest match on the show, so it's unanimous. LVP. Cody. Oh, CM Punk. Oh, this guy.
CM Punk. You can't.
But Cody was the worst. Remember, Jimmy, Cody was the worst thing on the show, but I'm going to go with CM Punk.
He was, however.
And he booked it.
However, and he booked it.
Produced it, directed
however, when you're this, it's like when you call Dummy Khan the LVP. After a while, it loses its value because that's just what he does. And now we have to find a new LVP. Cody stinks all the time, so we need to find who the least valuable is because Cody no longer has value.
Jimmy.
It makes sense.
Cody, clearly Cody. MVP, Hangman Page.
There's a few.
I gotta go with Hangman Page for that promo. Jimmy,
I gotta go with Malachi Black. I don't think you quite understand how much I love that fucking match. That's Malachi Black.
Cash.
I'm still debating, but it could have been Miro. But I think I'm gonna go Jungle Boy. Actually, Jungle Boy had on this jacket. This was it, bomber? What they used to call him? And yes. I don't know what size it was, but it made it look like he had arms. He came in and he looked like a badass. I was like, oh shit, he even hit the gym. But it's all jacket, but it works.
He's been hitting the gym, unlike your boy.
No, but
Triple
like,
A,
but he's
Adam.
But he looks bulkier with the jacket, and I think that should be a thing now. I think he should always just wear that jacket, maybe even while wrestling. Quite frankly.
So there you go. We got different MVPs, different LVPs, but overall, everyone agrees a good show for Dynamite and Rampage. So that brings us to a close on AEWramble number 13, Foolish Gear. Cash, tell the people where they can find you.
At my battery is Diane on Twitter, at Real Cold Cash on Instagram. Shouts out to Mexico. You guys have 2 national treasures now.
Absolutely. Very classy.
Jimmy?
At Jimmy Macram on Twitter, where I yell about these bums. At Jimmy Macram on Instagram and on the YouTube.
Yes, the YouTube at Jimmy Macram. You can find me on the Twitter machine at True Heel SP3. You can follow the gang on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at True Hill Heat. Of course, you can also become a Patreon subscriber, $3 or more a month. Patreon.com/True Hill Heat. Check out True Hill Heat 147 post show that's up on there. You also got True Hill Heat. True Hill Heat.
Hey, we're live, pal.
True Hill Heat.
147.
Heels review. You also got True Rewind, our Great American Bash extra is going to be up on there tomorrow, as well as we'll go live right here on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel tomorrow at 11:05 a.m. Eastern Time with our True Rewind episode 60, the Great American Bash 1996 review. So that's going to be a very good one to enjoy. We'll also have our watch along for Crown Jewel 2021. So check all of those out. Subscribe to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel today. Yes, Cash.
What we're trying to get across is subscribe to the True Hill because there's more stuff happening than we can even keep up with.
Pretty much. Yes, Patreon and True Hill Heat YouTube channel. So give this video a thumbs up. Share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content. Love all you guys. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your super chats. Marjo, Beep Boop, Sammy Joe, Nick Jackson, EBB, all you folks are great. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. So for AEWramble episode number 13 for Cash, Jimmy, it is me, your True Hill Phenom SP3. We are signing off until next time.